I'm Wally Armstrong. I'm so glad you can join us. How would you like to make 80% of all your short putts? Now with the simple, innovative new Putt Perfector, you can and will. We're at the Greenleaf Golf and Tennis Resort, the exclusive home of the Wally Armstrong Golf School, and I'm here to tell you about this brand new learning tool that with daily use will lower your scores. As a teacher and PGA Tour pro, I know that tournaments are won and lost on the putting green. I know that if I can make 80% of my putts within 6 feet, then I'm going to shoot lower scores. Now you can putt like a pro by using this fun, easy-to-use, new putting tool. And it only takes a few minutes a day. Great teachers and pros understand the importance of the 60-60 rule. By that I mean that they understand that 60% of your game is played within 60 yards of the hole. Statistics show that over 40% of all your strokes take place on the putting green. Before my golf school director, Greg Ortman, shows you how to use your Putt Perfector, I'm going to go through some of the fundamentals of a putting stroke with you, and I'm going to show you by the use of some of my Maximizing Your Game training aids, because they really are a key to your success as a putter. Training aids are really the greatest way to learn a good, perfect putting stroke. Now, let's talk about the important things. First of all, you want to have your hands balanced as you place them on the grip of the club. The hands should be facing each other with the thumbs on top of the shaft. You don't want to have them imbalanced, but balanced so that when they're on there, that blade can make a nice forwards and backwards motion through the ball, staying square right at the point of impact. As you set up with your elbows, you want to have them balanced and not imbalanced. And of course, in the Max Pack, we use the hanger to help people to feel that by simply putting it over the arms. And you can see now how my elbows are balanced, and they'll help to give a person the feeling of a pendulum motion back and through. And this is what you want to have in a putting stroke. You want to use the upper arms and the shoulders to make the stroke back and through. The Putt Perfector is going to help you to know if you're doing it correctly. As you move over to the ball and you bend forward down to the ball, you want to keep your back up nice and straight. Take the tension in your legs here because you're going to keep your body very quiet. And you don't want to have your eyes too far out beyond the ball. You want to try to have them right over the ball. See, just right over the ball, so that when you make your stroke, it's going to help you to move the putter blade back and through nice and square at impact to send the ball to your target. Keeping a nice balanced feeling, back up straight, and as I said earlier, you want to let the arms, the upper arms up here and the shoulders, make that stroke go back and through, allowing the putter to simply swing underneath your shoulders in a nice pendulum motion. Keep your body real quiet. We don't want movement and hip turn at all like on our full shot. Basically, we recommend that the ball be played just behind the left heel. And have the back of your left hand just to the front edge of the ball, which will help promote a nice follow-through through the ball. You never want to move this way to the ball. Just like this. Hands ahead, back, and through, accelerating the ball to the hole. Let's go back over the points again. Hands are balanced, thumbs on top, elbows are balanced, posture back up straight, eye over the ball, motion backwards and forwards with the upper arms, and right through to the hole. If you follow these fundamentals, then it's going to be so much easier for you to work with your Putt Perfector. Now let's hear from Greg.
Hi, I'm Greg Ortman, director of the Wally Armstrong Golf School. And I'm here to take a minute of your time to show you how easy it is to set up the Putt Perfector. In your kit, you're going to find your Putt Perfector, a video, and 2 shaft bands. Now take out your putt perfector and notice how easily it can be taken apart. Place one of the parts on top of a flat surface. Now we're going to take the putt perfector and place it on that flat surface. It could be a TV, a bar, or a desk. We want you to take the putt perfector and put it back together and place it on your club. Very easily, you can place the club under your left arm, slide the putt perfector on the shaft, and tighten the screw. It's very easy to line up the putt perfector with the face of your club. Now we're going to use the putt perfector to find your proper lie. Place your putter flatly on the ground, take your normal address position, and move the putt perfector. In this case, I moved it towards me to get the bubble in a position where it would be centered between the two lines. Now we want to take the putt perfector and the putter, place it on that flat surface, hold it down with your right hand. Notice if the bubble on the putt perfector is between the two lines. If it is not, the putt perfector is not square to the face of your putter. In order for the putt perfector to give accurate readings, the putt perfector must be lined up square to the face of your putter. Now, once you have this, you can take out your shaft decal. You can place it on the putter just like so, the line and the notch on the top of your putt perfector. They should match up every time. Now the easy thing about this is that we only have to do this one time. Now you can take the putt perfector on and off and relocate it to the exact same position every time. Now let me show you how easy it is to use the putt perfector indoors or without a ball. You can get immediate feedback indoors by noticing where the ball falls within one of the slots on your putt perfector. A correct path goes in slot number 2. Now an incorrect stroke, outside in, ball into slot number 1. An incorrect stroke, inside out, ball into slot number 3. Once again, back and through. Each time you do this, it will take you one quick little swoop of your right hand, and it's always reloaded. Now let's head out to the putting green and show you just how effective the putt perfector is in improving your putting. Now that you have your putt perfector properly placed in the shaft of your putter and you have the bubble at your appropriate lie, we're now ready to use it on the putting green and learn the 3 facets or factors that affect a proper putt. In order to make putts, especially short putts, the path of the putter must be moving in the direction of the hole. The face must be pointed perpendicular or square to the hole, and finally, we must be hitting the golf ball on the center of our putter. The putt perfector is a perfect simulation of the proper path. And let's talk about that here for a moment and discuss the proper path. If you have your putt perfector right now, you might want to take a golf ball out and place it on your carpet. Make sure that you, what we call, load the putt perfector by moving the little ball and placing it up against the side where the level is. Line up the putt in the center of your putter, and let's make a stroke. You can see the bubble landed on what we call slot 2. Slot 2 means that the putter path was moving in the direction of the hole. Now let's try that again and see what happens this time. This time the putt missed to the left, even though my path was in slot number 2. Well, the question you're probably asking, well, how can this be? If my path is correct, why did the ball miss to the left? Well, the answer is quite simple. The answer is that when I was making my stroke, the putter blade was what we would call closed. Now, a closed putter face is a result of several factors. And let's talk about one of those at this particular time. Anytime my putter blade closes, it's probably because I have the putt or the ball placed too far forward in my stance. Meaning that as I'm stroking through the putt, my putter blade is closing, even though I have a perfect path to the hole. And let's see how it's done using your two impact discs.
Your putt perfector comes with these handy impact discs. You simply put one on top of the other, lay it down on the ground, and what these are going to help you to do is see where you should position the ball for proper impact. And in a good stroke, at impact, you want the blade to come right along the top of the grass and be level to the ground. Address the disc in the same position as a golf ball and begin making strokes right over the top of the coins. Lower down until you strike the top coin off of the bottom one. Now this should be my position where the blade is going nice and parallel to the ground. An incorrect position would be having it too far back. And if you're finding that this is what's happening to you when you come through, that you hit both coins, then the ball's too far back in your stance and you're going to put unneeded spin on the ball. Also, if you never touch the discs, then you know you've got it way too far forward. So finding that position is really going to help you to become an effective putter. Positioning the ball where the blade goes back and through and strikes the ball just where the blade is nice and parallel and level to the ground.
Now that we've learned how to use our impact discs, let's find out exactly what happens if we miss a putt to the right. Once again, let's place the ball on the ground. Remember to load your putt perfector, line up squarely to the hole, and let's make a putt. Now this time, in the putt perfector, I ended up in number 2, but the ball went to the right. Now the reason is because I was playing the ball too far back in my stance. As an example, if I would be playing the ball too far back in my stance, when I stroke through the putter, my putter blade would be what we would call open to the direction I'm trying to hit the ball. Once again, if I'm playing it too far forward in my stance, the putter blade would be closing. If I'm playing it too far back in my stance, the putter blade would be opening. Now let's talk about curing those two little faults. Let's say, for example, no matter how hard you try, you just keep hitting the ball to the left, even though you keep ending up in slot number 2. The perfect exercise for this is what we call the claw drill. Take your normal address position, take your grip. Now with your lower hand, we want you to take your index finger and place it on top of the club like so. At the same time, firm up the last 3 fingers of your left hand. You're going to find that now your left hand becomes a little more dominant. This will help you to keep the putter blade square and all on line. Now remember, this is just an exercise. However, I have seen some of my students out there using it on the course, and they do make putts. It might seem a little odd, but if you make it and it gets you through that arduous process of feeling the putter blade closing, even though you have a perfect path or square path to the target. Well, let's say, for example, you keep putting it to the right. Well, let's try it the other way. Now, with your top hand, use the claw, and with your bottom hand, grip it just a little firmer. What you're going to find now, it's a little more right-handed or bottom-handed dominant, and that keeps the putter blade from opening as you're stroking the putt on a perfect path. One of the best ways to use the putt perfector is to check your path. As Wally mentioned in the fundamentals of putting, the elbows are under the shoulders, the arms are under the shoulders to give you a perfectly pendulum stroke. If my eyes are not over the ball directly, my stroke, if my eyes are inside, will go what we call inside out. If my eyes are too far over the ball or outside the ball, my path will be outside in. The easiest way to check and make sure that you're properly positioned over the ball is simple. Just take your putter, place it right between your eyes, and get it to where the center of your putter is right over top the ball. And right now my eyes are directly positioned over top the ball. I check my level for my hand position. I check my target straight back, straight through, and every time when I hit slot number 2, the ball goes in the hole. My eyes are over top the ball, and my putter blade is square. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm placing an impact decal, which you have in your Putt Perfector system kit, to help us understand the importance of hitting the ball on the center of our putter. Now, one of the things I'd like for you to try right now is take your impact decal, your impact recorder tape, place it on your putter, and tap your putter. Notice where the center of your putter is. Notice the center is when the putter moves back and forth like a pendulum. If, for example, it's on the toe, see how it twists. Or on the heel, see how it twists. If I'm hitting the center of my putter, notice the nice pendulum stroke. This is the type of stroke we want for our putt. This is a straight 6-foot putt. Perfect putt. Perfect path, square face, perfect impact, right in the center. Let's go over a 4-part summary of how I achieved that. Grip. Palms facing, thumbs on top. Remember, hands control putter face. If the face of my putter is in control, it's much easier to get the proper path. Point number 2, eyes over ball. If my eyes are over the ball, it's easier to get the Putt Perfector ball to go into slot number 2. Remember, the putter always follows the line of my eyes. If my eyes are over the ball, the putter will follow my eyes. If my eyes are turned to the right or to the left or inside or outside, the Putt Perfector will let us know that our eyes are positioned or are not positioned correctly over the ball. Point number 3, hands, elbows, under shoulders. If my hands or my elbows are not under my shoulders, I cannot get that perfect pendulum stroke that leads to the proper path. Finally, the key is acceleration. That means speeding up through the ball as opposed to slowing down. If you're ever using your Putt Perfector and you notice that when you stroke, the ball doesn't release or go into one of the slots, this means that you're decelerating or slowing down. An accelerated stroke would be back slow and speed up. A decelerated stroke would be back fast and slow down. The key, once again, is an accelerated stroke would be back slow and speed up forward. A deceleration would be back fast and slow down forward. This is one of the reasons of missing short putts and always leaving putts short of the hole, is because we're slowing down. One of the easiest way to cure this is if you notice with your Putt Perfector that the ball is not releasing or going into one of the slots, try this. Close the eye that's closest to the hole. For me, I'm a right-hander. I'm going to close my left eye. What this does is takes the perimeter of my vision away, and especially the hole. Now instead of being focused on the hole, I'm focused on only the ball. The very special benefit of the Putt Perfector is the more often that you use it, you're going to notice that you're making more putts for one subtle little reason. The more you stroke it, the more you're watching the ball release, the less times you're looking up and trying to follow the ball into the hole. And I've noticed with my practice, I putt so much better because I'm looking at this point trying to see where the Putt Perfector ball is releasing to, as opposed to trying to peek up to see if the putt went in the hole or not. I hope that you've learned an awful lot about putting and the keys to putting in this training tape. One of the most important things we want to impress upon you is that practice makes permanent. Only perfect practice makes perfect. And with the Putt Perfector, you're going to be practicing perfect every single time.
We hope that you enjoyed watching the tape and that it's really going to help your putting game out on the course. Level Best really wants to help your total game. And by popular demand, they have brought back my Maximizing Your Game teaching series with 5 training aids, the tapes, the whole package. In fact, we had over 100,000 people buy that set, and now it's back out. You'll want to pick one up. We're going to give you some information a little bit later. Level Best really wants you to have a total game improvement, and they're creating training aids that are going to help your game. And they use them at the golf schools down here at Greenleaf, don't they, Greg?
We have found at our golf schools that the use of training aids is the most effective way to learn. Most of our students understand the golf swing, but by using training aids, they learn to feel the golf swing. When we work at Greenleaf, we work primarily helping you see it, feel it, then believe in it on the course. And training aids are the most effective way to help you believe it on the course. And all the Level Best products help you master that feeling so you can take it onto the golf course. It's one of those things that people like to use, they call it muscle memory, that after you use something so often, your muscles become accustomed to that motion. And the motion then can be translated when you take it out to the golf course.
And then you can really believe in it.
Then you can believe in it.
Then you're playing like a pro. Greg, I am so thrilled that Level Best is the sponsor for the golf schools here at Greenleaf.
Yeah, we've had great support from Level Best. We've developed a research center and development team here where all the students use all the products, and we make sure that it's applicable to any instance or fault that they might have. Nothing goes out under the Level Best name that hasn't been thoroughly researched and tested here at the golf schools.
So, keep the tape going, watch for the new training aids coming out, and we hope to see you down at the schools.
Wally Armstrong and his teaching aids have been recognized and endorsed by golf professionals throughout the country, as Wally and Greg have demonstrated. The Putt Perfector is the best putting practice tool ever. Maximizing your game, the best golf lesson you'll ever get at the best price you could ever imagine of $79.95. Over 6 hours of training video and 6 helpful training aids, this package offers over 50 positive swing enhancements. And the Level Best system, the video and 3 unique practice aids at only $49.95, is the ultimate approach to a consistent and reliable swing. For more information on Level Best golf products and a retailer near you, call 1-800-769-8901.